Hello, everybody. It's Reid Mahalko from readaboutsex.com, and we have a guest star today, guest starring Stella Harris. And now we're away from the wind. So again, I realized I don't have my Sex Geek T-shirt on. I'm horrible. I'm so not on brand today. Although this T-shirt, by the way, comes from Canada, and it is from, if you know John and Cass, John Wood and Cass King from the Wet Spots.
Oh yes.
Yeah, this was given to me by John and Cass of the Wet Spots. So if you're watching, hello. Quick video with Stella Harris, who flew in from Portland today for a can we tell?
We can tell.
There's a play party tonight that's happening that we're throwing specifically for Mollena Williams and her husband, Herr Meister, for them to be able to create more stories for Bawdy Storytelling, of which Bawdy Storytelling's 10th anniversary storytelling event is happening tomorrow night in San Francisco, and you can pay-per-view it. Go to bawdystorytelling.com. So if you can't come to the event, you can watch it tomorrow night live via live stream, or watch it later. And it's a bargain, folks. It's $8 if you want to check it out live stream. I'm just doing that because I believe in Bawdy Storytelling a lot. I'm going to be telling a story. Allison Moon's going to be telling a story. Cathy Vartuli is going to be telling a story. A lot of awesome, badass folks, Mollena. So go check that out. But in us geeking out about play parties, we got to talk about Spin the Bottle. And I just want to have a quick conversation about Spin the Bottle as a thing that adults can do, because I, as an adult, have gone to a couple of Spin the Bottle parties and had them been awesome, and I enjoyed them because it didn't turn into sex. So it was also, like, as somebody who goes to a lot of play parties, it was nice to go to something that wasn't a play party, but that also had a certain kind of playfulness and sensuality to it. So, that being said, for people who don't know who you are, Stella, tell them very quickly, and then let's talk about
Sure.
Spin the Bottle parties for a minute.
Yeah, I'm Stella Harris. I'm a sex educator and a sex coach based out of Portland, Oregon, but I travel all around to teach and spread the sexy gospel. You can find out about me on stellaharris.net. And I'm a huge fan of play parties and of Spin the Bottle.
And AJ just had a podcast about play parties, so tell them about that.
It's true. So Sex on the Brain with Amori Jane, recorded live at a femsex play party where I was attending, and then put it out as a podcast. So you can go find that if you want to hear all about what it sounded like to negotiate, what people did and didn't want to do, talking about boundaries, having all kinds of different play, while that's sort of narrated and discussed. So you can get an inside track of what it sounds like in one of those play parties.
Yeah, and there, again, just to do our due diligence, there's lots of different kinds of events and designs for containers of adult gatherings. And there is, here in the Bay Area, for people who are familiar with Kinky Salon and Mission Control's events, that's a particular kind of play party. There's the Bonobo tribe that has, a kind of variation or their own kind of style of play parties. The kinds that I like to run have a welcome circle, and we go over the house rules. Everybody gets to know each other. There's some ice-breaking exercises. There's some consent exercises. There's a thing called the mildest to wildest exercise, and then there's always a big safer sex conversation, because I'm a nerd about that stuff. But there's also swing events. There's kink play parties. What am I missing? There's like small hotel play parties, and there's like big events. So there's lots of different things, and just to let people know that, like, when we say play party, that is an umbrella term for things that can look very different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Spin the Bottle can be its very own party, or it can be an icebreaker for the other parties.
Mm-hmm. I've never tried Spin the Bottle as an icebreaker for a play party.
That's a real regular thing for the parties that I go to. In fact, the podcast we were just talking about, where we recorded at a play party, opens with Spin the Bottle. The versions I usually see are either when you negotiate for anything you want. A real regular feature of some of the parties I go to is kiss or slap. So you spin the bottle and then you pick if you want to get kissed or slapped in the face.
In the face?
Oh yeah.
How about
It's good fun. A lot of my friends go for both on that one.
I think you're way more kinky than I am.
It's true. Yeah, that's not even in debate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That was pretty honest. We're gonna give you a quick shot of the water. It's always beautiful here. It's sunny today. What kind of, for people who are watching, who are like, oh my goodness, I might want to throw my own spin the bottle party. What would you like? What are some good basic rules? And then we'll walk back this way. What are some good rules for spin the bottle? If
Yeah.
Being a spin the bottle enthusiast.
Absolutely. Well, again, setting the container for play, letting people know that somebody spins on you, and the way I usually play the very consent-focused version of spin the bottle, the person who spins proposes something to the person they land on. So maybe they propose a kiss, but the other person can negotiate. They can say,
kiss on the cheek.
How about a kiss on a cheek? How about a hug? AJ's favorite, asking someone to feed her a pickle. So, anything
Pickles.
that you're excited about, finding some way you can engage with that person, and if it's an icebreaker for a party, you're having that as a way to practice negotiating and practice saying your yeses and nos before the higher stakes activities start.
Got it. Yeah, I think the spin the bottle stuff that I've noticed has been really interesting. And again, like some people might disagree with me, but I've been at parties where a spin the bottle game broke out. And it's like this mythical creature, spin the bottle. It's kind of like strip poker. Like people hear about it and we see it in a movie, but who actually has actually played strip poker? Maybe you.
It's true.
But like most people, most air quotes. When strip poker starts, most people that I know in the non-sex geek world have never actually played it. Till like no one, like, how does somebody win? Like, what's the winner look like? Like, how do we know? For super nerds, there's a great book called Finite and Infinite Games by something Karse. I'm forgetting his first name, PJ Karse or something like that. And it talks about games that don't have winners, where it's really about the play.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is strip poker is like that. Spin the bottle's kind of like that, but the problem with strip poker is at some point people get naked. So then what happens? And most adults that I know have never really thought about it through to the end.
Right.
So you get to this weird place of like, well, what happens next? With spin the bottle, there's like kissing, it's fun. And then there's like this okay, so we've all kissed each other. Now what do we do? And so this is also an epic spin the bottle game that happened in Italy in a castle. In a turret, where everybody was in tuxes. And once we'd all kind of kissed each other, like, everybody was like, well, what do we do now? And then somebody just whipped out a boob and said, well, kiss this. To a man who was really gay. And he's like, I haven't kissed one of those since I was 15. And that took the game to a whole other place.
Nice.
Not saying that every spin the bottle game has to end with boobs. But people will get creative when they don't know what else to do next. And the big idea is, how do you do it in a way that's consensual, where people are having fun rather than feeling like they have to participate.
Right, and the idea of spin the bottle, it can make it safer to have those lower level interactions with people, just to kiss, because the idea at an average play party, people might think, well, if I start kissing this person, you get to that, well, what next? Where is this supposed to go? And when it's spin the bottle, it's like, well,
gateway drug.
This is just a kiss, and it's safe to just do a kiss, because then it's the next person's turn, and you don't have to worry about what expectations is this setting.
Yeah. All right. I think like maybe we stop there. Maybe we've titillated everybody on a Friday before the weekend. Rumor has it that tonight at the play party, and for those of you who don't know what a play party is, that's what the kids are calling orgies these days. At the play party tonight, we will, at the beginning of it, Facebook Live on Dixie De La Tour's Facebook page. So I think if you go to Bawdy Storytelling on Facebook, like Bawdy Storytelling, and then I think at approximately 8 p.m. we will Facebook Live for Dixie to celebrate that Mollena flew in all the way from the East Coast, or from Europe or wherever she was, with Meister for Bawdy Storytelling. We'll do a quick Facebook Live. We'll tell you a little bit about play parties if you're interested. And for any of you who want more information about play parties, I believe, and if this doesn't work, give me 20 minutes, I'll fix it when I get home. Go to readaboutsex.com/play party, and I believe there's a sign up for you to get some free handouts or something like that. And if that doesn't exist, if you get a 404 page, come back because I'll fix it in like 20 minutes. Anything else?
I think that'll do it for now.
All right, everybody have a really great weekend. Stella, thanks for letting me pick you up at the airport and then jumping on Facebook Live. Everybody, thank you so much for being a part of my walks and giving me an excuse to get outside. Leave a comment. I'll check comments when I get home, and have a great weekend. And check out bawdystorytelling.com. Bye, everyone.
Bye.